Levi and Lila, it's Graham again, 2 times in one day. I went to the basement to put something away and look what I found, a day on the farm. Yesterday, Levi, you called and asked if I had any books about farm animals. Is that about farm animals? I think it will be. So I'm going to read it to you, a second book today, and you can just watch it whenever you want, right? You don't have to watch it today if you already listened to a book, A Day on the Farm. Do you remember this book? It was sitting on your little table in the basement. Wow, that's a nice farm. Farmer Brown and his family live on a little farm in the country. Every morning when the sun comes up, Farmer Brown goes out to the barn. There goes Farmer Brown. What's he going to find in the barn? We see some chickens and... Ooh, what else do we see? He milks the cows and feeds hay to the horses. He scatters grain to the hungry chickens. We saw them in the beginning. Cluck, 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 says the old red hen. And now, what's that? The pig likes to have his back scratched with a stick. Oink, oink, he grunts. He is very pleased. Ooh, who's that? When he has finished his chores, Farmer Brown walks back to the farmhouse. Mrs. Brown cooks eggs and bacon and pancakes for breakfast. Who likes bacon? I know some people who like bacon. Levi, Daddy. Yum, yum, says Sally and Sam. Ooh, could that be Levi and Lila? Maybe, but it's Sally and Sam. They are just as hungry as the animals on the farm. Jip and Mittens are hungry too. Who's Jip and Mittens? You think that's Jip and that's Mittens? Or is that Mittens and that's Jip? You think they're going to tell us? At 9 o'clock, the school bus comes by to pick up Sally and Sam. Honk, honk, the driver toots the horn. Hi, say all the children in the bus. Sally and Sam climb in and wave goodbye to Jip as the bus drives down the road. There's Jip. Jip must be the dog and Mittens is the cat. Oh, look at there. There's the farmer on his tractor. Farmer Brown goes back to the barn. He starts up the tractor. It is time to cut and rake the hay. He drives around the field in the warm sun. Jip chases a rabbit in the tall grass. In the farmhouse, Mrs. Brown is baking a chocolate cake. Do you know Graham was going to bake a chocolate cake today, and I still might. I don't know if it'll be as good as Mrs. Brown's. Aunt Alice and Uncle Tom are coming for supper. They are bringing their 2 children to play with Sally and Sam. Mittens wants to lick the bowl. Scat, cries Mrs. Brown. Mittens is not really afraid, but he runs out the door. Do you ever get to lick the bowl when Mommy's baking something? That's sometimes a real treat. It is noon and time for lunch. Farmer Brown meets the mailman coming up the path. He has a package for the Browns. What can it be? What do you think's in that package? There's holes on the top. Any guesses? Ooh, look at what's inside. Lots of new baby chicks. Farmer Brown carries the box out to the hen house. When the chicks are bigger, they will run in the barnyard with the other farm animals. They're so cute. What do you know, when Daddy was younger and he lived at home with Graham and Poppy, he got chicks. He got baby chicks in a box. And then we had chickens down by Poppy's shed in that red chicken coop. Yeah, they came in a box. At 4 o'clock, Sally and Sam come home from school. They show Mrs. Brown their new books and pencils. It's fun to play in the yard. Sally climbs the apple tree and Sam carves a boat to sail on the pond. That looks like fun. I know someone else who likes to climb trees, Levi Charles. The children ride their pony around the field. Oh my gosh, they have a pony. That's pretty special. Aunt Alice and Uncle Tom are here for supper. Sally and Sam are glad to see their cousins. Mrs. Brown's chocolate cake is a big success. Uncle Tom eats 3 pieces. 3. 1, 2, 3. That's a lot of cake. The big folks sit and chat on the front porch while the children play hide and seek. A harvest moon is rising over the fields. There's the moon. Aunt Alice and Uncle Tom and the children say good night and drive away. That is a pretty picture. Time for bed. Tomorrow is another busy day. Good night, Sally. Good night, Sam. Good night, Jip. Good night, Mittens. The end. Look at all those farm animals. That was a good one. I like that book. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.